All right, moving on here. R. Kelly will remain in prison until he is at least 80. U.S. attorneys wanted an extra 25 years on top of the 30 he's already serving, but the judge only added one more year. That judge also sentenced him to 19 years, but that will be served during the same time he's in prison for New York charges. Now, this means R. Kelly will be serving 31 total years. Kelly was convicted last year, you may remember, in a Chicago federal court for child pornography and enticement charges. His attorney says she will appeal the decision not only in Illinois, but also in New York. Kelly is still facing an indictment in Minnesota. And when we were talking earlier about his case, we were trying to, it goes back to that argument or that debate. Can you separate the music from the man? I know when this story broke, I was doing radio and television, more radio than TV, and radio was like, we're done with the music. That we can't play this music anymore. Black radio hasn't gone back to R. Kelly. But every now and again, you're at a family get together, you're at a holiday soiree, and you go hear R. Kelly record every now and again. At least I have, on people's playlists. So I think it's still a hot debate in our culture, in our community. Can you separate the man from the music? People have grown up on that music. Babies have been born to that music. It's a part of your soundtrack, in particular areas and times of your life. And for some people, it's a no-go, and for others, it's like, I'm gonna still enjoy his music.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if there wasn't such a large volume of charges against R. Kelly, cases against R. Kelly, there's been the Illinois case, there's been the New York case, we're hearing that there's a Minnesota case, right? And all this points to him being sort of a serial sexual predator. And so, it's become harder and harder and harder for those of us that may have some R. Kelly on our phones, in our music libraries. We may have it on shuffle, and occasionally, hear Step in the Name of Love or something else. It's becoming harder and harder and harder to separate the artist from the predator.
Well, that's what you say, but there are definitely some people and some fans out here who still celebrate him, as an artist who, his birthday rolls around, I lived in Chicago for 12 years, so on my feed, there's a lot of folks who, wish him happy birthday and shout out to him every now and again. I see his friends still post about him. So there are some folks who are either seeing past it or know that it's there and it doesn't bother them as much.
I would argue a lot of the folks that were part of Mute R. Kelly, are probably on the side of the ledger where it's like, it's becoming harder and harder to listen to his music. This guy is problematic, and so I'm with them. It's hard to listen to him. This is madness, case after case after case.